Welcome to The Explainer. All right, let's talk about a question that's on the mind of pretty much every student in India. You've got literally thousands of universities to choose from, so how on earth do you figure out which ones are actually good? How do you measure quality?
I mean, that's the big one, right? It's a massive challenge for students, for parents. You're staring at this endless list of options and you're just trying to figure out which one is really going to give me a great education. Well, the good news is you're not totally on your own. There are actually official systems in place designed to help you answer that exact question. So here's what we're going to cover in this explainer. We'll start with that selection dilemma, then we'll break down the two big systems, NAAC, which is like a 5-year health checkup, and NIRF, the annual report card. We'll get into the key difference between a grade and a rank, why any of this actually matters, and we'll wrap up with a big question for the future. Ready? Let's get into it. All right, first up, NAAC. Now, the easiest way to wrap your head around this one is to think of it like a really thorough health checkup for a university. It's a deep dive into its overall quality, and it only happens once every 5 years. So you'll hear this term accredited by NAAC. What does that actually mean? Well, think of it as an official stamp of approval. It's basically a certificate that says, yep, we've checked this place out and it meets a certain standard of quality. And that seal of approval, it's good for a full 5 years. And who's behind all this? That would be NAAC. They're an independent body set up by the University Grants Commission. You've probably heard of them as the UGC, the main regulator for higher ed in India. NAAC's whole job, their entire reason for existing, is to go out and assess the quality of colleges and universities all over the country. Now listen, getting this accreditation is no walk in the park. It is a long, tough process. First, the university has to do a massive self-study report. Then, NAAC comes in and verifies all that data, and this is cool, they actually gather feedback from students. Finally, a team of experts literally shows up on campus for a visit to see everything with their own eyes before they even think about giving out a grade. And here's what it all boils down to: a final grade based on their score. It's pretty straightforward. The higher the score, the better the grade you get. A++ is the best of the best, the absolute top of the mountain. But look at the other end. If a university scores below 1.50, they don't get accredited at all. That tells you a lot. Okay, so that's NAAC. Now let's switch gears and talk about the other big player, NIRF. This paints a totally different kind of picture. If NAAC is that deep 5-year health checkup, then NIRF, well, that's more like the annual report card. And this is the most important thing to get about NIRF. It is not an accreditation. It's a ranking. This list comes out every single year, and it's all about comparing schools against each other. It's a snapshot that basically says, here's who's at the top of their game this year, and here's who's lagging behind. Okay, so we've got these two big systems, and they're both trying to measure quality, right? But they go about it in completely different ways. So, what is the real difference between getting a grade versus getting a rank? This chart really breaks it down perfectly. NAAC is all about accreditation. It happens every 5 years, and it measures a university against a fixed, absolute standard of quality. It's judging the university on its own merits. But NIRF? That's a ranking. It's annual, and it's all about relative performance, how one school stacks up against all the others. So yeah, the analogy holds up. One is a health checkup, the other is a yearly race. Okay, fine, grades, ranks. But why does any of this really matter? Is it just a bunch of numbers for students to look at when they're applying? Not even close. This goes way deeper. The real impact, it's all about something called autonomy, or, freedom. I want you to really look at this number, 3.51. It might not seem like much, but in the world of NAAC, trust me, this is the magic number. Everything changes when a university hits this score. Because hitting that 3.51 score or going above it, that is a total game changer. It unlocks what's called Category 1 autonomy. Suddenly, that university has the freedom to do things like launch brand new courses and departments, team up with foreign universities, and make their own big financial decisions, all without needing a bunch of approvals. It's a massive deal. And here's why you should care about this. All that freedom for the university, it translates directly into a better experience for students. It means you get access to more modern, more innovative courses. It means the university can attract and hire top-tier professors. And it means better labs, better libraries, better facilities for you to actually learn and do research. So, we've broken down how these systems work and why they're so crucial for making smart choices right now. But looking at all of this, it naturally leads to one last, pretty big question about what comes next. I mean, think about it. Our world is changing so fast. Technology, the kinds of jobs that exist, everything is evolving at lightning speed. And that leaves us with this question. Are these systems, NAAC and NIRF, enough? Are the ways we measure quality today really the right ones for the challenges of tomorrow? It's definitely something to think about.